I have some thoughts, and I got into a heated debate this with a friend of mine. She thinks that Disney movie classics should not be touched. None of the remakes. So none of this Aladdin movies that are coming out, Maleficent, all the stuff. And I told her this: if it's made well, why not? You can remake it. I'm excited for Lion King. I want to see Lion King. So, do you guys think that this thing is killing it, or do you think they're actually killing it literally
Uh,
by remaking all these Disney movies like
well,
Aladdin, Mulan is coming out, Lion King is coming out? Is it too much? Do you think they should leave it alone?
let me just say they have to do it because that's how they keep the copyright. And if they didn't, they'd lose the copyright and they'd lose a crap load of money through it. So they kind of have to make the remakes.
I really don't think Disney has to worry about anything. I think Disney runs the world, so they own
Oh,
it.
dude, didn't
Half
they
of
just
it.
buy Fox?
Yeah, they do. They own everything. I think it's fine. I don't have a problem with it as long as
Even then, like, so the thing with that is though is that I'm pretty sure that those characters, they're like the Brothers Grimm characters, they're fair use. So you can make a Snow White movie, it just can't look like the Disney Snow White.
Yeah.
But the story is public domain.
a lot of people are shitting on the Jungle Book. I thought the Jungle Book was decent. I thought it looked. I thought it looked great.
I
But
think people are mad with
Yes.
like the animals are CGI, not drawing now, and they're like, "Oh my god, they're less emotive." Well, duh. Like, I think.
I
that's
mean, you
people's
really
big problem
can't
with it.
do. It's not. People are like, oh, you can't really do live animals in that sense either. Like people are always like saying, oh, I want live animals. You really can't do live animals.
No, they're just mad that like Simba won't have the same facial expressions, which
Yeah, I
is
wouldn't
like,
want to live
yeah, or that Scar didn't have the black mane instead,
Yeah.
like it did in the movie. Like, give it a break.
Fuck
So Matt, he's how great
But I
Scar
love the
actually
cat.
looked. It looked like a real lion. It made it look like a real lion. That's not a real lion, by the way. People are bitching over this shit. Sarah, what about you? Do you have any thoughts? Do you think they should keep remaking the same movies or not?
I've only seen The Jungle Book and parts of Beauty and the Beast, but I don't know. I didn't dislike The Jungle Book, but it was like one of my childhood favorites, so I am a little bit like partial to it. So I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I mean, obviously it looked great. But I am excited for some of them. Like I'm excited to see Mulan. I think that one is like a good movie. I don't care. Like the originals are always going to be there. So if you prefer them and you don't want to see the live action ones, then don't watch them. Like you will always have the DVDs of the original ones and the cartoons. They're not going anywhere. I'd much rather them
Yeah.
remake them as live action than like redo the whole cartoon. I think that would be way worse.
yeah.
And I think this goes for every movie, by the way. If you don't like the remake of something, then just watch the original. Like,
Or just don't watch.
watch the damn original. What's the problem? To have it if they remake it. If they remake it, it's great. It's great. If not, just
Because
watch it.
people always need something to bitch about.
They
That's just
always
the way
have
it
to
is.
complain. Yeah.
I do have beef with the Mulan remake though because they're making it
Yeah,
without music and there's
I
no
know.
sing. So
That's
like,
literally
what?
the whole
It's
movie.
gonna be the original story, but I'm a little bit bummed out.
So they're kind
Yeah.
of taking
Yeah,
like
I'll make a man out of you is like
Yeah.
what?
I don't
Insane.
know. I mean, I think what they're trying to do with Mulan is they're trying to give it like a more realistic take on it, and they just want to tell the story without the musicals in between. But I agree. If you're gonna make it this, if you're gonna name it Mulan, then make Mulan. Don't make Mulan, esque with her story, and then leave out the, what actually makes Mulan great, which is some of the musical numbers. I don't know. Are they gonna have musical numbers in Lion King?
Nah.
Does anybody
yeah.
know that?
I
Yeah,
mean, they have
it's
fucking
Beyonce,
Beyonce
it's Nala.
and
How
Donald
could you
Glover.
They have Beyonce. How dare I?
CGI lions just singing.
How dare There's nothing wrong with CGI lions.
Well, and Seth
Okay.
Rogen is Pumbaa. I think that's exciting.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
That's pretty cool.
Billy Eichner is Timon. I actually really like that. Billy Eichner and him as Timon are actually like.
I
really
like John
cool.
Oliver as.
Oh
the
yeah,
bird.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited, or have you seen any of the other remakes they've done, like Beauty and the Beast? And do you guys have a
I like
favorite?
Beauty and the Beast.
Do you guys have a
Well, I feel
favorite
like
that they've
5
made
minutes of
so
it.
far?
No,
Like,
Beauty and the
I
Beast
thought the
is
Beauty
my
was
favorite
okay.
Disney movie.
Yeah.
So I was pleased with it as someone who used to be obsessed.
Yeah, you guys like Beauty and the Beast? Those who saw it?
I liked Beauty and the Beast. I thought that Emma Watson's voice was a little bit too auto-tuned. It kind of sounded weird to
Like
me.
T-Pain? I don't
Like just a little bit off.
I'm
Like,
on a
not
boat.
so- like
Shawty.
not so auto-tuned
I'm on
like
a boat
T-Pain,
and I'm going
but, like,
fast. And...
just auto-tuned enough where it was just like, this is weird. I don't like. It's like kind of like a
Well,
disconnect. in my-
That's what's kind of
But-
annoying about movies, though, when they like, oh, I need this to be a singing character, and they then will hire somebody for that part who can't sing, and it's like I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Well, it's also
I mean-
hard because it's kind of like,
Shout out
you
to
know,
Rami
do you
Malek.
have a favorite song you've heard in like live and it's not as good anymore? Like we have the voices from our childhood singing those songs, so
Yeah.
it's like different.
Yeah.
So we're automatically gonna be like,
Yeah,
this is bad.
absolutely. Well, for example, that was an animated movie, Moana. Moana has The Rock singing. The
That was
Rock's not a
actually
Oh,
singer.
The Rock can sing.
Yeah.
He can sing though.
That was,
Can
yeah,
he
that was
I
pretty
think
cool.
so.
I don't think The Rock can sing.
You
I don't
can.
think-
I
can
saw that
sing.
movie high. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, Moana's elite, man. I like Moana. I think Moana was a really good animated movie.
Low-key
So-
Maggie's getting arrested right now.
Yeah. And Maggie's like, oh, sorry, guys. That's my parole officer. It's like, Maggie, that was our parole officer, right? Checking in on you, making sure you're
Yeah.
good.
Well, okay, the cops did come to my door at 5 a.m. the other
I
day,
knew it.
you know, because someone pulled a gun on me at a party.
Oh my God. Can you tell that story? Because I don't think the listeners have, I think our listeners are very enjoy hear that story. And I know it's not part of the list, but I want to hear
Okay. I'm just doing a lot of storytelling. Great. Awesome.
it.
And these, I know they both the story I told at the beginning and this one are going to sound fake, but I promise they're not. And I wish they were as much as you probably do. Okay. So we were going to a football party because, you know, I go to U of O. Football culture is huge here. And they had rented this huge Airbnb out in the hills. And the guy at the door wanted to fight. You know, do you ever see like a drunk person who's just doing things and you're like, okay, they're trying to punch someone?
Yeah.
The guy at the door was doing that. And the minute me and my friends walk up, he is just calling us like the most horrid things that I won't even repeat here. And like, we just walked up. That was it. And I don't play that. So I was like, fuck you. And then that was a mistake. Because he started being like, fuck me, well, fuck you. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I pushed past him, and he's like, I'm going to fight you. And then, famous last words, why the fuck did I say this? I turn around and I go, no, you won't. Don't say that to people who say they're going to fight you. That's bad. Like, so don't do that. I was just being a dumb bitch. And so I see him run off to his car, and I was like, oh, whatever. And so I walk in the party with my friends. I'm having fun. And then I see him in the doorway. I see him raise one arm up, and I hear a gunshot, and I go, oh, so
Oh, so that's what you meant.
that's what you meant when you said you wanted to fight. Like, not punch me, you want to shoot me. Cool.
Well, who
And
does
so
that? I
I-
want to fight and he gets. What does he think? Is he in the old west? He thinks this is a western.
no.
Like,
Minute
let's
he
pull our
pulled
guns.
out-
Like, take
He's
12
playing
steps.
Red
Or
Dead in
other
real life.
guys.
Yeah, he's like, let's take 12 steps. You go this way, I go that way, and then we'll see. Draw. Like,
Shout out
who does
Alexander
that?
Hamilton.
Yeah. So I, like, obviously I can't talk you through my thought process, like fight or flight. I found a door. I, like, don't know how I got out of the house, but I sprinted. I've lost all my friends. We're texting in a group, and we find out that one of my friends is still locked inside the house, and the guys with the guns have, like, gone around and locked everybody left in. And they still have the guns, and they're talking to each other. And the guy at the door was like, so my friend's there. She's texting me. Like, I'm hiding in a bush outside the house, and she's texting me being like, I'm inside the house. The guy at the door is pissed. He said he's trying to find that bitch with, like, the white shirt and the denim shorts, and he's definitely talking about you. He's telling all our his friends what you look like. And then he's saying that he wants to shoot you. And I was like,
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
so it's a really long story of how we got out of there, but we left. It involved running down a major interstate highway in the middle of the night. Fun times.
Hmm.
And I'm just freaked out, and I'm laying in bed, and I wake up to, like, loud and repeated knocking at the door. Check my phone. It's 5 a.m. I get up. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, nothing else, because, 5 a.m. And I just fling my door open, and it's two cops. And I was
Wow.
like,
Oh,
Cool.
hello, officer.
Imagine being that
and
much.
they
You
grilled me.
someone.
I was so freaked out. I locked myself out of the room, didn't have a phone, wasn't wearing pants.
Wow.
And they were just lecturing. And they were like, have you been drinking tonight? And I was like, yes. And they were like, how old are you? And I was like, 19.
Enough.
And it was like,
Yeah.
okay. So, anyways, and
Ugh.
yeah, that was basically all that happened with that. But
What did
It was-
anything ever happen to the guy though? Did he get arrested
not
or?
that I know of.
Hmm.
But
Imagine being that much of a
police did
bitch. You gotta pull a
question
gun on
him,
a
like
girl.
that's how my name came up. They questioned enough people that knew my name and knew that he was like after me, that they showed up at my dorm room door at 5 a.m.
Wow.
Scary.
So basically, guys, Maggie lives the most interesting life in the world. She is the new Dos Equis spokesperson because that's where everything happened. Some of these
I'm the most
stories.
interesting man in the world.
You're
Stay
just
thirsty,
a
me some
person, period. Stay thirsty, my friends. So that's basically you. Um,
Those are like two. I have so many more stories like that. Just keep talking.
is
I've
is
taken up
O
2 minutes
is
of the airway.
OU like that wild though? Is this?
No, it's just me because I'm stupid. And I get myself in situations.
Same. I did some
Because
stupid shit at school.
I wish I was
So
lying,
did you
but
probably
like
do, Jay.
when opportunities arise, I
Right.
just say yes to them. I'm such a yes man, and then I end up in these situations, and I'm like,
It's like, sorry. I don't know how I did it.
oops.
I don't know how I'm here.
Nothing's ever happened.
Well,
So
I'm glad you're okay. First of all, because that's a pretty like that sounds like a pretty scary situation. Like I probably would have shit my pants. I wouldn't have made it to the door. So for starters, glad you're okay, and hopefully this guy at least got some sort of repercussions for doing it. Because I don't know where you go
Shot
into a
himself.
party
You
and
wanna
you
know the
shoot up
most-
somewhere.
okay, weirdest detail, but something that happened 2 nights before is I was awarded a police award at a police banquet because I had caught an active shooter earlier this year. 1 second.
You what? What?
She just adds more and more.
She's like, I also caught an
What's with-
active shooter. Holy
what's
look at that.
Oh,
Completely
Wow.
serious.
Wow. Look at that.
What's
Crazy
with you
award.
just running into people with guns?
I'll tell you, the most interesting life in the world.
Yeah. But this is my
Who
police
does that?
award. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
It's a Courageous Duck Award.
Wow. Like, so what did you do? I ate a bagel.
So,
You-
like,
I caught
a
an
duck?
active shooter.
No, you're,
Wow. Oh, well, America thanks you. And
Thank you.
It's great. That's great. That's great. I really don't know where to take it from here. That's
how do
great.
you top that?
How do you top this?
Else.
Like, let's end the show, guys. Just put us to shame.
Yeah,
Thanks
Put
for
you
all
right
the content, Maggie. Thank you.
Thank you for all.
welcome.
Thank you for all the notes. Let's get into something that I think, and I'm going to let the ladies take point on this. And I'm talking about turn-ons, and this is something that I have a lot of internal debates with friends and stuff like that. And literally, I was sitting down with one of my coworkers, and she tells me that the guy used chapstick, and that was a turn-on. And I was like, "You're weird. That's it? So you just saw him pull out some chapstick, and you're like," he's like, "Yeah, because he takes care of his lips. That's important." I was like, all right, news to me. So I started thinking of things that girls seeing guys do that they like and vice versa. So I'll pull it up. And Nikki, I mean, you're in a loving relationship, but when you met your guy, was there anything that he did specifically that you were like, oh yeah, this was mine. I'm a bag and tag this guy. I'm gonna bag him. So, and feel free to be as explicit as you want. You're in a safe space of us, and I'm on about 300 listeners. So go ahead.
Your face is going on YouTube.
Yeah, we are gonna make you famous, world star. And please tell me, what is it that attracted some of the things that he did that you were like made you all hot and bothered?
All hot and bothered. Yeah, I don't. As far as like arbitrary things, like okay, so God, I hope he's not listening to me right now.
Oh, this is great. I love this.
So like his job used to have like a dress code where he would have to like dress really nice and like I don't know, just seeing him like walk out ready for work, like, you know, it was just like it was really it's kind of a turn on. You know? And,
Yeah.
Sex.
Yeah.
you know,
You're like, dress like a sailor for me tonight.
yeah.
Brian wants to see me.
Wow. Okay.
That's a hashtag, by the way.
Yeah, let's start that hashtag.
I already started it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. 20 minutes
Nice.
ago.
Nice.
Hashtag, put, you know what turns Jake on the most?
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself, Jake.
Don't hurt yourself.
No, you just put on a mask to on that.
Take your time, Jake. Take your time. What about you? What about you, Max? Any turn-ons? Think specifically. I mean, it seems like you're a young person. You're out there. You're in college. You see a lot of dudes. There's a lot of dudes. I'm sure that. So, what about you? Is there anything
Dudes with
specific? Yeah. Dudes with guns. I think guns maybe not
I
turn
don't
off.
like. Please, I don't like guns.
There you go. So, guys already turn off. Max.
Okay, this is
what do you
weird.
think?
This is weird. But like, good hands. Like, if a guy has, that's a thing. Like,
Yeah.
if a guy has good hands, you like look down, and you're like,
Damn, it looks like he can type.
Yeah, look at those
No,
hands.
I don't know. Okay, also like,
That pinky finger, though. Oh.
Continue.
when guys are like secure enough in their own self that they're not afraid to do like things that might be considered like girly. You know, like.
Whoa. Hold on. What are we talking about here? Like,
No,
wearing
I'm
women's
talking about
panties or
like
something? What are we talking about
drinking
here?
wine and like doing a face mask while we like hang out. You know, like if that's a
Face
turn
masks
on.
are
When
lit.
you're like, okay, cool, this is just taking care of my skin. It's not gay. Like.
Or when you guys let the guys let you do their pedicures or manicures or something like that. Manicures.
But you know, like, I was dating a guy, and every once in a while he was like, "Oh, can you do my eyebrows?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I can do your eyebrows."
Make your eyebrows on fleek.
Exactly.
That's
They
something.
are on fleek. I love it.
Eyebrows on fleek.
They were popping, right? After you were done with them, they were popping.
They were pop.
They were lit.
It's lit.
It's lit.
I feel personally attacked.
Oh
'cause
my
I
god.
literally stay popping like on a daily basis, probably. But I'm also like
what's your turn
89.
on?
Sarah, what about you? Do you guys like it with big headsets? What's going on with you? Like, what do you like? You definitely don't like guys who like Aaron Rodgers.
No, I don't. No, that's like a thing. Like I will not date people if they like are like a Packers fan or something. Like no, I couldn't handle. Like I
That's
obviously
racist.
watching sports good, but like Packers fan, Steelers fan, used to be Seahawks. I'm like hell no, I couldn't pretend long enough to care or be okay with you liking Aaron Rodgers and Ben
I
Roethlisberger.
dated a Packers fan.
See, like I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
I feel sorry for
I'm
you.
so sorry. You can't
I
get
feel
those
sorry for
moments
you.
back.
By the way, Packer Nation, we love you.
No, we
No,
don't.
No, we don't.
Actually don't. We're just trying to
Try
be
to stay partial.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with mine.
Well,
And
I
then
was done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue, please.
I don't know. I think something. It's not like unique or anything, but someone who's funny and thinks I'm funny, because I think I'm pretty funny. So I like it if someone actually laughs at stuff that I say.
That's a turn on, though.
Yes.
A turn on.
I guess.
It's sexually aroused if they laugh at your jokes.
I am not getting that involved in that.
We're talking about
conversation.
turn-ons.
Turn on, Sarah.
Okay.
Like what makes you all hot and bothered? Besides Tom Brady.
Nothing.
I pass.
Nothing. Tom Brady is the
Whoa.
ultimate. The ultimate.
Okay,
aphrodisiac.
wait. If you're
Tom
just
Brady.
talking about sexual turn-ons, I want to clarify. I don't get hot and bothered when a guy does a face mask. It's
Well,
more like a personality turn
that's
on. Okay,
You guys were
that's
just saying
like I
random-
felt like I had to.
Oh my god, I could never
Normal
want you
thing.
more with that mask on.
It's not like, oh my god,
Take me now.
take me now.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
the
Rip
face
these
mask
clothes
on.
off.
With it on.
First,
Leave the
make
mask
sure I
on.
keep it on for 10 minutes, let it rinse, and then after
Yeah,
we.
no, I'm not into that.
No.
No, get the panda mask and leave it on. Just, there
Oh
you go.
yeah,
Sorry, babe. The panda mask stays on during sex.
and we're leaving the lights on. Boom.
We're leaving the.
Let me exfoliate. Right, while we do this. I Are you done, Sarah? By the way, that
Yep.
anything else? Anything else we're doing? Okay.
No, I'm done being slandered. Thank you.
That's not slandered. For me, personally, if a girl smells good, massive turn on. If you smell like nothing, I don't like it. You have to have. I'm not a feet person, but you at least have to take care of your maintenance, your stuff. You know, if your nails look like the Predator, I'm not even looking at you. You know, like
So
if
you're
you have like, if your toes are facing
Besides
like
feet pics.
nails are
So Brian loves
outgrown.
semen and has a foot fetish.
I do not have a foot fetish. You just have to have pretty feet
But-
and hands. And both, not just feet, it's hands. Okay, I like girls that have their nails done.
But if
If
they
I'm
have like
missing
crooked
one nail,
toes, that's
is that
not their
cute?
fault.
What
Mine
happened?
is too.
One nail.
Mine
You were
is too.
someone there?
That's my point about
Yeah, you guys are canceled. Canceled.
it. It just happened today.
No. Girls that they do maintenance stuff like that is good. I'm not saying it sounds super superficial. Like, oh, so you gotta have girls that have their nails done. I'm like, no, I like it. It's a thing. So I think if they smell good and they maintenance their hands and feet, massive turn on. Also, if they like sports, even better. I think that's great because that means like that's something I can share with that person if we proceed to have a relationship. So that's mine. Jake, besides a girl that's actually good at Madden, what about you? You like what are your traditions? What are your turn-ons, man?
Probably someone who's like real and someone you can vibe with. And what I mean by Jake's
So
all
adorable.
innocent. Yeah, go love your
This
scene.
is The Bachelor.
No, but it's like someone who's like real. They don't act fake. They don't try and always make people happy. They don't try and go back and forth to try and get on people's good side. A girl who's like real, who will speak for herself and not really give two fucks about.
So no dolls, just real human people, guys.
Yeah.
Real girls.
I'm not gonna lie.
Real-
I don't judge on looks that much. I judge on personality because I'm a
Okay.
gentleman.
Aren't you adorable?
Yeah, man.
But they're little. No, seriously though. Like, is there anything that a girl does specifically, or looks, whatever, that calls out to you?
I like when she bites her lip.
Wow.
That's something that gets to me.
Okay.
There you go, guys.
Okay.
There he goes. Don't bite your lips in front of Jake. Do not do it. Oh, Austin's doing it.
Austin.
Eat your heart out, baby. Eat your heart out. Austin, what about you, bud?
For me, it's just personality. Same with like Jake. Like, don't be fake.
I feel
Oh,
like
wow.
the girls
Wait,
really
wait,
went
wait,
balls
just-
out here,
wait,
and the guys are
see,
being
alright.
pussies.
You know what?
I
No.
need more. I need more.
I like personality. Like,
Like,
so
And
if-
you made fun of
if
me
she
in
thinks
my answer.
rainbows are pretty, then I like her. No, please tell me. I need features. Are you an ass man? Or a
Tits.
boobs man?
Tits.
I'm an ass
I
man.
like both.
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
you had to
Pick one.
pick.
So diplomatic. Are you an ass man?
Heads. I guess. I don't know.
You just say
He's like,
heads.
Tits.
Heads. I said.
Tails.
It's funny because
Never go wrong with that.
he goes tits, turns off his mic.
Yeah.
Tits or ass. Like, can that be like the new coin flip? Like,
Tits are, yeah.
do you like the game? Tits
Instead,
or ass?
yeah. Instead of heads or
Alright.
tails, tits or
You
ass.
probably can design a coin on some sketchy website and have it delivered to your house. Yeah. There's probably those government websites.
We should all
I feel
do that
like-
and
I
put
feel like
those
Austin
coins
loves
into
those
circulation.
like that.
I think that could be our contribution to
Uh,
society.
Brian's the
kinda
oldest.
agree with
Brian's the oldest. He can run for president.
Not yet. Next year. Next year I can. Yeah.
You're
Make
gonna
sure.
be in a fucking retirement home, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna come visit me.
You're
Yeah,
You're
gonna
gonna
be in a
make me my
retirement
cheese.
I'll come visit you.
home
Make sure you get your
before me,
baths.
Jake, and Maggie graduate college.
Hold on, Austin's getting out of thought. Go ahead, Austin. What would you say?
You're gonna be in a retirement home before me, Jake, and Maggie graduate college.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll be retired by then. I'll be on my boat. That's what I'll do. I'll be on my boat in the Keys. So I'm perfectly
I'm
fine.
gonna steal your boat, and I'm gonna let me drive the boat.
Only if you bite your lip.
Did you just speak proper English? dude?
Let me
I'm
drive the
gonna
boat.
let me. The Austin slander
love
is
Peach
at an
Rugby.
all-time high today. I don't know what's going on.
I'm just
He
thankful it's
he
not
can't
me.
speak.
Leave Austin alone, Jake, you big bully.
Hey, I'm sorry that he doesn't know.
Leave him alone. All
I
right,
just stuttered. Fuck off.
Blue is
Wait.
in
Oh, yeah.
7. Blue's in 7. Blue's in 7.
Can't wait to laugh in your fucking face.
Chara's gonna get. I'm calling it. Chara's gonna get the game-winning goal, and then retire after.
Tuukka is pitching a shutout.
He's not
Calling it.
delusional.
But can we talk about how much a badass Chara is? Like, just
Oh, yeah,
casual
He's like
freak
the
job.
We can definitely
This
talk about how
man's
bad the
seven-
Chara is.
Like
Love that man.
he's literally a mountain. He's the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's
Chara
huge.
is a literal god.
Chara
Bruh,
is as old as Gandalf,
the-
and
the-
he's
the
still
fu-
playing great. Which
The
is
fucking
fantastic.
the fucking pic of him like when he's like in his press conference and he's just like standing there like that is just fucking hysterical.
I have a question for you guys. If the Bruins win the cup, that means we win 3 championships in the last 4 years. How angry are you at the Celtics?
Not at all, because I don't give 2 fucks about them anymore.
How angry is it that we could have won all 4 sports and bragged about to everybody for the rest of we could have had literally the sweep of all 4 major sports. How mad would you be at the Celtics that we didn't get that done?
I mean,
Uh,
I'm mad that now that you say it, like I wasn't thinking about it like that, but now,
I'm mad now. She's like, I'm mad now.
yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Sarah, what about you? Would you be upset? Are you upset with the Celtics that they didn't get the 4 sweep?
I think I was at first, and now I just don't care.
Well, you remember, we could have. Wisconsin is saying they're title town, so
Well,
we could have literally
they're
said
not.
they're title town.
Wisconsin, never mind.
They said they
No.
have 13 championships.
Okay,
They also
as
wear
we
cheese
said,
on their head. Like, do we
Yeah.
think they're the most stable fan base? No.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
and they're counting titles from the
Jeez.
20s or whatever. Like, no
yeah,
one
they're
cares.
counting their
yo, I'm
titles.
a huge
1300s.
Steamrollers fan, guys. I'm the biggest there is.
Yo, go
It's
hot.
really like the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah.
Hey, my parents had season tickets to that before they moved.
Oh my God! Why did you mention the Hartford Whalers? Now here comes a soliloquy by Austin in 20 minutes about the Hartford Whalers as
Soliloquy?
fans. I don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
hear it, Austin. I don't want to hear
I'm
about your
just
love
saying,
for the
fuck
Hartford
them.
Whalers. Okay. I'm gonna get into mailbag questions now because we did receive some mailbag questions, and I thought these were pretty cool.
All sent in by Brian, by the way.
Yeah. It all
Under
my-
different screen names.
All my burners, guys, all my burners. I send myself questions instead of just, writing them down like a person.
The first one's gonna be like, Brian, how are you so cute and awesome all the time?
Hi, Brian.
I love
think
Brian
you are
forever.
the best host ever. You're so
I
cute and
think
funny.
lies. JK, Brian sucks.
I love you too. Anyways,
Ew.
this one was sent in by Corey B. I think you guys know Corey B.
Yes.
Corey B08.
Yeah. And he's asking, well, I don't know if I like this question, but I'm going to say anything. Favorite summer song? What's everybody's favorite summer song? Like, what's the song in the summer that you've heard that has stuck with you for a while? Your favorite summer song. It has to be a song that was played in the summer.
It has to be a
Summer
song
song.
about
Old
summer.
Town Road.
Not like about summer. Like your favorite summer jam. Like you're in a summer and it's a song that literally pops and it stays with you for a while.
Old
Favorite
Town
song.
Road.
Oh my God.
Wow.
You know,
I have one.
This is a tough
Shout
question
at
'cause I've
me.
never thought about this.
One
Favorite
actually
summer
jumps out at
song.
me, and I'm going to show my age, is Umbrella by Rihanna.
And the
You're so old!
Yeah, the fucking lip sync battle with Tom Holland and Zendaya when they did when he was doing Singing in the Rain and then he switched to Umbrella. That shit was hysterical.
Super.
But yeah, that's just like a really big like summer.
Umbrella?
It's the best summer of all time for me.
That was your best summer. Okay.
Great summer.
Summer of 2018 was for me was pretty. It was popping. I'm gonna spend their use until the end of the episode. Sorry. It was super popping.
Fuck.
It popped so hard, guys.
Nah, you know it's a good summer song? Summer of '69.
Anyways,
Brian.
so
You're so
Silence.
funny.
Sarah, do you have
Wow.
a summer song that you like?
It's
that
not
you like?
funny. It's a
Jam?
little song.
There's 19. Kid Rock.
Not really. I don't listen to the radio a lot. I listen to the CDs I burned in high school when I was super emo. So those are still my jams. Panic at the Disco.
What's Panic at the Disco?
Panic at
Panic at the Disco is so cool.
I love Panic at the Disco. Do not come for Panic right now.
But I feel like tell us your best emo summer song, like, because that could be interesting.
Yeah, what's your best emo summer song?
Come back to me. Let me think about it.
All right, we'll come back to her. What about you, Megs? You have an idea?
Summer 16 was really great. I was working with all my best friends, and every single night when we were driving home from work, we'd play All My Friends by Chance the Rapper and Snake Hips and Tinashe. That was like a really good like end of every day driving home from work with your friends. So like,
I like it. I like it. I like it.
it's a good song.
Yeah.
What about you, Jake?
Damn, I couldn't even tell you. Throwback to 2011 when that Adele song they played every single fucking day. I can't even think of the name of it.
Adele was your summer song?
No, but that's like the
Rolling
first
in
thing
the
I can
Deep?
think of. Yeah.
Rolling in the Deep, yeah.
Or, like,
We love
one
a
of her, like,
sensitive.
Single day.
breakup songs.
We stand.
We stand a sensitive man.
No, I don't even like Adele. It's like the first place I went, unfortunately. I hate Adele.
Jake,
Anyways.
do you want to listen to Adele and do some face masks and drink some wine?
I
Promise
think
that I
yes.
live.
You know
He
what? Fuck it.
totally does. He
Let's do it.
totally does. He totally does.
Yo, let's do face masks together. Get our faces all pretty.
Have you never done a face mask, Austin?
I've done it like once.
Shit's lit. I've done it like 1,000 times.
Wow. Ladies.
I don't do it
Your
anymore.
romance.
because-
Ladies,
I don't do it anymore
I'll be
because I'm single.
DMing everyone's Jake's number if you want to hit up that man. For me, I think, look, I mean, I don't necessarily like him as a person, but I do enjoy his music, is the Biebs, okay? And I think I like the Biebs. And the last things that he came out with, I really
Must
like.
Tom Cruise.
I don't care. All right? I like Justin Bieber's music. So, whenever he came out with, you know, all this,
Baby.
no, not Baby, dude. Are you crazy? Yeah.
Zach.
Jake's is real life.
Bro, I was fucking 9 when that came out. Holy shit, I was young when that came out.
Well, when Bieb's last album, I think that entire summer it was played all over the place, and I jammed that stuff.
Oh, I love Sorry. Sorry is a good song.
Yeah, it came out, I think, what, in 2000? Yeah, Sorry is great.
2015?
Okay.
2015?
Sorry came out like
Yeah,
2015.
2015.
And those are songs that even if I play today, I can still listen to them and I still enjoy them. So I think even when it wasn't my best summer, I think like I said, last summer was absolutely insane for me. But those, as far as summer song goes, those are songs that I had a lot of replay during the summer, which I enjoyed. Sarah, have you thought about any
I can't think of a specific song.
No. Blink-182, you like them?
Yes.
Green Day.
Yeah, but I wasn't like super into them. It was more of bands probably you've never even heard of because I was like into the emo bands that were on MySpace that like no one knew.
Oh God. So you didn't.
I
So
was
what,
one of those.
Breaking Benjamin? Nothing.
Yes, Breaking Benjamin, Bullet for My Valentine, Boys Like Girls, Acceptance, The Spill Canvas, Panic at the Disco,
Wow.
all the In My Feels stuff.
Sarah, did you ever have like scene hair? Like,
No.
did you ever go full scene? Oh.
No, I have way too thin hair. No,
No.
not that I
Those would be
any
some good
dream of it.
pictures.
I could just imagine like her with jet black hair, like black
Nope.
nails, and like
Like the
purple,
bangs?
purple lipstick. And...
No, I dreamt of it, but just never
I
happened.
dreamt.
Every
I
single
dreamt.
night. Yeah.
What's your well? This question is from JL22B. I don't know who that is. Thank you for listening. And funniest movie characters. Like, what's a character that from a movie that you always quote?
Lenny Fada.
What? What? God bless you. For me, well, I could. I'll kick it off.
Austin just
Like,
throws out the name and
I'll kick it off so you guys have some time to think.
I got mine right off the bat.
A Steve Carell, 40-Year-Old Virgin. I quote him to this day. Any quote from Step Brothers, I'll quote it to this day. Any quote from McLovin in Superbad.
I was just gonna say Superbad.
That's good.
So
Also Borat.
you can never go wrong with Fogel, aka McLovin. For me, those are movies that I've always quoted. And again, The Hangover has a lot of quotable stuff in it. I really don't like a lot of the newer stuff the comedy has come out in the last couple of years. I don't have any replayability for me. But those movies for me, and of course the classic old school. Who doesn't like building your own fraternity in college and just going crazy? So those are but I think my most favorite is Steve Carell, 40-Year-Old Virgin, and either one of the guys since Dylan Brandon from Step Brothers, because boats and hoes,
So, one movie character, he's probably not the funniest, but one movie character I quote a lot is probably Bubba from Forrest Gump. But I think the funniest, this is, well, I guess technically it wasn't a movie because they made a movie, but the probably funniest character I've ever seen was probably that Castle from Blue Mountain State.
Oh my god.
That's
I
based
love
off our
BMS.
school.
I know.
What?
Loved BMS.
That's literally based off
that.
of like me and Jay's school.
Yeah, which is hysterical.
The creator literally went to our school. I found that out. I'm like,
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
fucking
Sammy
going
went to Plymouth State.
Like, that's like one of the main reasons I went there, to be fucking honest.
When he fucking hangs the goat.
Yeah.
That's bad. Sarah, what about you?
Well, other than Superbad, I said Borat. I still do Borat. Even though Borat's probably not
Very
that funny like
nice.
the 40th time you've seen it, but I thought it was hilarious the first 2 times, and it was my first rated R movie in a theater, so I still laugh.
Nice.
Mhm.
What about you, Nikki?
So, as far as characters, it's definitely like all of them from Mean Girls.
Oh yeah.
Too much.
That's the W.
And Step Brothers is another big one. Step Brothers, very popular where I work. And also, I always say the same quote from the other guys, where he's like, "I'm a peacock, Cap. You gotta let me fly." I always just say it like.
Oh,
So
that's
those
great.
are my top
I'm a
three.
peacock. I'm a peacock cat. Max, what about you?
Okay, so you guys hit like all the old classics. So I tried to come up with like 2 newer ones that are like really fucking funny. But This Is the End. It's like the same guys that made all those movies. And have you ever seen Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
That's a good one. Yeah,
That
those
one
two.
is
Newer
hilarious.
ones, those are probably very quotable.
I always forget the actor's name, but he's very funny. What's his
Zac Efron?
Not Zac Efron, the other guy.
Adam Scott.
Yeah. No, Adam Scott's the.
Not Adam Scott.
Adam Scott's.
Oh my God.
He was the
Yeah,
dude
Adam
from-
Scott
Perfect.
and Wyatt.
Yeah.
All right. While Maggie does some research for us to see who the guy is, Jake,
Just look it up.
Jake and Austin, did you guys give yours?
No.
All right. Well, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I already gave mine.
Okay, Austin, what's yours?
Mine's probably like any really like Adam Sandler movie. Like specifically like Grown Ups. Grown Ups is like one of my favorite movies of all time. So yeah, I guess.
Chocolate.
Adam Devine.
Cookies and milk.
Adam what?
Adam Devine.
Divine. He's hilarious. Adam Devine is freaking
Cookies
funny.
and he was in Modern Family. Cookies and milk.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Haley's
He's also
boyfriend.
I think he started out in Modern Family.
Yeah, he was
Yes.
Haley's boyfriend in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also very quotable.
Do you guys
and-
think I look
and
like
that's
Sarah
it.
Hyland? People tell me that
You
like
do.
all the
You
time.
do. You
Yeah.
do. You do.
Okay.
You're like her
My
doppelganger.
family was fucking like obsessed. Like my whole like extended family from like on my dad's side was always like for some reason we were just fucking obsessed with that movie. Like and then my aunt got my dad it for like Christmas like 10 years ago like when it first like came out and he's like why I don't really like the show that much to have it on DVD.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I can tell you, a 40-year-old version for me and Step Brothers has a ton of replayability. I can quote like
I can literally quote Grown Ups pretty much.
Grown Ups.
That's
Yeah.
how I am with Mean Girls.
I like Adam Sandler's old movies though. Like I don't like I don't like any of his stuff.
No, there's
50 First Dates is the best Adam Sandler movie. At
50 First Dates is the best movie. Thank you. 50 First Dates is the best movie.
Jack and Jill is the best.
Get
Come
out of
on.
here. All right, I'm disconnecting Austin, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Yo, y'all ever see Heathers?
Yes, I love that movie.
I hate that dude because he sounds like a total tool, and I wish I could remember his voice, but I hated his fucking voice so much.
Christian Slater.
Hold on.
Is it Christian Slater?
I know it. Salutations. I fucking hate that dude.
Yeah.
Salutations.
By the way, the notable mentions for me are American Pie. I think I like the American Pie. The first two were really funny. I think Stifler's a legend, and also I do like Wedding Crashers because Wedding Crashers is hilarious.
Oh, everyone also quotes Anchorman all the time.
Cannonball.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Smells like rich mahogany.
I own many fat
leather-bound
Bugs.
Oh, Baxter.
It takes place in that.
like the whole I'm not even a mad. Like that was amazing. That was a Anchorman thing.
He puts it Baxter. I'm trying
My
to
glass
think
case
about
of
my
emotion.
Yeah, I actually I did like a movie marathon about a couple of months ago, and I went through all those movies. Every movie that I mentioned to you guys, I watched, and they still hold up. Most of them still hold up pretty well. Let's go with the next question. And well, what? I don't. Okay. This question is by Leandre_Holt, and he said, "Has anyone ever gone skinny dipping?
Yes.
And have you been caught doing it?"
No and no.
I plead the fifth.
No one know.
Why are you, Jake, laughing? Jake is laughing.
Well, I have a funny story. I didn't do it, but one of my buddies back when we were teenagers, I think we were 14. So one of my buddies was telling me about how he and his brother went skinny dipping, but they were it was essentially pool hopping around the neighbors around the neighbor's pool. So they were just going and breaking into their backyards and just jumping in their pools and trying to make trying to make as loud as noise as they can before they got out of it. Well,
Don't break anything.
So what these idiots did was they broke into a cop's house, and well, not into his house, but into his backyard. And he was still awake at the time. And I guess his pool, so like what he was like describing was his back door and his pool were like right next to each other. And I guess he had his back porch light on. So they're all jumping into the pool. And so the cop comes out the second he hears them jump into the pool, and he has his gun like on him. So
sounds like me.
Yeah, so they're trying to get out of his pool, and he runs out of his house. And he points their gun at him. He's like, "Freeze!" So he's got these two naked teenagers just chilling in his pool, and he's pointing a gun at him.
Finish the story, Jake.
And so what he does is, well, he's like going back and forth, just trying to make sure they're staying. So he goes and he grabs his cell phone. And he comes back out. He left his brother there. Well, the cop went inside to go grab his phone. His brother was just like so frozen and terrified. He stayed and he just fucking dipped out of there. So he left his brother out high and dry. And I guess so he had to call up his mom at like 1 a.m. or whatever. And his mom had to come pick him up, had to bring him a towel and clothes and everything. And then his brother ratted him out to his mom, and they both got nixed for it. I think.
Wait, his mom had to bring the towel? So the cop just let him sit there naked.
Yeah, naked.
In the backyard.
Yeah, yes. But yeah, so his mom comes to pick him up. And, like he didn't say that he was involved, but his brother immediately ratted him out because he knew he was going to get nixed for it. So they both got grounded for like 2 months.
Wow.
At 14
That's
years
awful,
old,
man.
What fucking idiots. Like, that was the stupidest thing I've probably ever heard in my
The
life.
dude at like 14 years old is playing retarded.
Yeah,
Especially with your brother, like that's like kind of weird.
it is a little weird, dude. Let's just
Weird.
Are they trying to have sword fights? I don't get it.
Maybe, you know what? I don't judge. So,
Are they from Bama?
I mean, they're probably from Connecticut. No,
Probably.
Ooh,
no,
They're-
they're
shot.
no,
The
they're from.
shade.
I'm not
Throws
gonna get.
the
I'm not gonna
shade.
get into politics.
Throws
No,
the shade.
There was
like,
nothing political.
some areas of Connecticut are kind of yeehaw. Like,
Oh,
give
yeah.
that to him. Like, if he's from
Not where I live.
Torrington, yeah, that's basically Alabama.
Not where I-
Sorry, if you're from Torrington, Connecticut, it's all love, but you can't deny it's basically Alabama.
You can't deny you're a hick.
Can't deny it.
Anybody else ever gone skinny dipping?
Nope.
I mean, we can't top. I don't think anybody can top that story from Jacob. I was really skeptical about this topic, and
No, it's-
now I'm so glad I was asked. No,
It's definitely not as interesting as Jake's story, but I mean, I've done it a couple times in college just because it's college. So
Wow.
right on.
Troublemakers, the lot of you.
Okay, so the next question is by interesting pro booty liquor.
He
What?
loves me. Oh, so Forrest.
Shout out.
Well, his first question is, well, at first he said, your podcast sucks. Just kidding, I love you.
Oh.
And his second question was, has anyone ever been caught having sex or being walked in while they're having sex?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For like the week, I had like a roommate I did at college.
Okay. My friend,
It's a story, but it's very
No,
graphic.
actually, twice my freshman year it happened.
Because should I tell the story? I'll try to make it as PG-13
Yeah.
as humanly possible.
But no. Read it.
Austin is
Austin
like,
is like,
please,
no.
give me the X version right now.
Is that cool though? Is it like?
It's fine. This is a free
Okay.
space. This is a safe space.
So I was just telling the story to my roommate earlier because it's fucking funny. But we have a policy that if you are getting any action, you put a sticky note on the door. And if you see the sticky note and you don't actually have to go into the room, you don't. But if you do, you knock and wait. Okay. So that was the deal. And my roommate comes back blackout drunk. And me and my ex were partaking in some adult activities.
Mhm.
And she just
Center.
opens the door and flies in. And I was like, and when I say there was no time to fix anything, and once she was in there, we were all kind of frozen. So we stayed in the positions we were in when she walked in. And I was like, Kaylee, can you step out for a second? And she goes, no, it's my room too. And I was like, I know it's your room. Can you just give us a second? Just 1 second. Like, we'll just throw a blanket on. She was like, no. And I was like, can you just turn around then? And she goes, and she grabs her clothes and gets changed without breaking eye contact with me. And I am like, I'm not going to describe anything, but you know, I'm mid-coitus, making full eye contact with my roommate as she's like, yeah, like changing, and then she walks out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Austin is something. Tony check on Austin. I think he passed out.
Oh, no, what? I'm right here.
He lost consciousness for a second.
Austin,
No, I was
Austin's
just checking my
Austin's
phone.
trying to imagine everything right now.
Austin's like, this would make a good pornographic movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Mike.
Wow.
I'm
Paint.
so sorry.
Yeah. Have you guys ever watched The League?
The lead.
The
No.
League.
No.
It was like it's on like Hulu. It's like a fantasy football show. And
No,
it has
I
like
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
and there's Seth Rogen's in it, and he's like just like a Disney. His character name's Dirty Randy, and he's like a porn guy, like pornographic filmer.
Anyways, guys, like I was saying,
Wow.
Moving on.
there's so much Austin slander. I love you, Austin.
On any direction. Just nope.
There was I mean, I was, but my story is nowhere near as explicit, as interesting as that, and didn't last that long, and there was no eye contact, like at all. There was no eye contact made by anyone.
It probably
but-
wasn't that long, but it felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and my friend though, he has an amazing story where his dad walked in on him having sex with his girlfriend while he had her in a very strange position. Like it was like strange position.
She was
And I don't know, some legs were around somebody's neck. Some other stuff happened. I don't know what was happening. And apparently he says that they get dressed because after he walks in, he finds him full mid position. He walks in, oh, okay. And then his dad waits outside as he's waiting outside as he's getting dressed. So he walks outside and his dad tells him, well, did you guys finish? And he's like, no, we just got dressed and I'm sorry. He's like, no, go back in there and finish. That's literally the remark his dad said.
Go finish.
And I'm like, your dad is really weird or he's like a hero, but I don't know.
No, he's a
I
hero.
think it's both. He's like, no, it's like I'm gonna I'll make you guys some coffee, whatever, when you guys are done. Like he was super like weird, but very calm about it.
That
And
guy's so proud.
and I was like, did you? And he's like, no, we just went in there and just sat for 10 minutes, and we were so embarrassed to come out of the room. And she, his girlfriend at the time was super embarrassed. She did not want to leave the room. She was, he literally, I think like he had her like picked up in midair or some shit. I don't know what's going on. And but yeah, after that they came out, and then his dad was like, oh, here you go. Here's some coffee. You guys must be exhausted. Like he was making like weird, like not perverted.
Well, that's a dad's job.
Perverted. He wasn't saying perverted things, but he was saying like just I would say inappropriate. Like he was being polite, but still like it was just so over the line. It was so over the line. And my friend was like, he was telling his dad like that, like, can you stop like doing what you're doing, because it's really like it's making everything really weird and uncomfortable. It's like sex is perfectly normal between young adults, when I was your and I guess he got into like what he was doing in his but either way. I thought that was extremely weird. I feel like if my dad ever did that, I'd kill myself.
Yes.
Yeah, that dad knew exactly what he was doing. He immediately knew. He's like, I'm gonna make this so unfucking embarrassing for this kid. Like I'm gonna literally torture him for this.
Yeah, I think so. But I can't even imagine my dad doing that to me. I
have nothing like that, but my roommate walked in on me last year, and like this was like one of the first weeks, so I didn't really know him that well. And so he had gotten up for class, and this girl I'd been talking to from down the hall decided to come over. Decided. Yeah, to come over and hang out. So we're just starting, like literally just starting, and her shirt's off, and
wait, hold on. What do you mean just starting? Like it's just said that on the bat. Oh, okay.
Before he enters.
Yeah.
Before
before
the actual real play. It was free gaming. Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of foreplay, Brian? That's what it's called. You dumbass.
I
Pre-gaming.
looked up the book once, Jake. I thought it was interesting.
So and this was like a Tuesday or Wednesday morning, so he had class. So the second my roommates were gone, I'm like, come on over. So I guess he forgot a couple of his books. So I didn't lock the door or anything because, I'm just an idiot. I didn't think anyone was going to walk in.
Amateur.
Just opens the door. And there I am. And I just look over. And, she doesn't have a shirt on or anything. She doesn't have a top, like anything. So I make eye contact with him. He looks at me and he just gives me this stupidest ass smirk in the world. I felt like dying, and he just like puts his hand over his eyes, goes like that, walks over to grab his books, and just walks out the door. I at that point I couldn't even finish. I'm like, God damn it!
What a pussy!
I just thought of another really bad story.
He gave me a high five when he came back.
Yeah. rough one.
Max, what's your story? I can't get enough of these stories. What's your story?
Okay, so this is like, it's short, but it was incredibly embarrassing. But my ex, the way his room was set up is like, you were in the same room as the roommates, but you couldn't see each other. Like, all their shit was in the middle. And we had taken a nap together. And when we had fallen asleep, it was just us. And then we woke up from the nap. And
fully energized
and proceeded to partake in some adult activities. And like, it's over, it's done, like panting, and I just hear, hey. Because when we were asleep, his roommate had come back to the room and was just there.
So he waited
And
till
we
he was
just-
done to say something?
He couldn't hear, like, we couldn't see him because there was like a wall of stuff, like their dressers and everything were
But he
between
couldn't
the
have said
beds.
something like...
I think he waited. He was very polite.
I mean, that's kind of weird still.
I allowed you to finish, but now that you have pants.
Yeah, he was like,
fine.
thank you. Can we just, next time you guys take a nap, can you guys check before you go forward? And I was like, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, please inspect the perimeter before you guys proceed to.
Yeah.
Or lock a door.
Or you know. Well. Yeah. So this was an interesting question, I guess. But yeah, I've been walked on a couple of times, but it wasn't like, it was more like a flash, like, oh, sorry, close to that, but it's not like that bad.
So I have a similar story to like your dad's story. So,
Oh boy, was your dad doing that?
No, it wasn't as bad, thank God. But so we went and took a vacation to Key West for a few days. It was like, it just turned out to be one of those dad-daughter just hanging out, drinking, whatever. And we decided to check out this dessert place, and it's called Better Than Sex. And so me being retarded, like, I thought that it was something like really, really cute. Like, oh, that's such a cute name. Like, it's so good that it's
Better Than Sex. How adorable.
Like,
super cute.
It's just
Cute.
so good that
You're like, oh,
they named it that.
Nikki was like, this is poppin'. This is poppin'.
It's lit.
It was not. It was not a cute. Like, you can,
You're so
if you look
funny.
up the menu, like if you look up the menu, like, it's like their names are they can be kind of explicit. It was like
I'm looking
really
this
dark
up.
in there. Like, couples were in
Is
there.
there one in Florida? Hold on, I gotta find this. Hold on.
Yeah,
It's like Dick
I'm gonna
Sasso's
try to
Resort.
find the menu.
It's like Dick Sasso's Resort.
Yeah, Key West, Florida, Better Than Sex.
I found
Penis-
You'll
it.
probably find it on
It's in
Yelp.
Key West, Florida. Oh, so I'm not that far.
Yeah, no.
It's like a couple-hour drive.
Yeah.
I might do this.
Okay, the website looks like the website for a strip club. Like,
Yeah, you walk in there and it looks like a brothel. Like, we were just like,
okay.
what is
So-
this?
It's like a menu for the drinks and the desserts, and above it says you have 3 options: lick, sip, repeat. So,
Ew. And you thought this was
And I was
cute?
there with my dad.
You're like, oh, Dad, this is the bomb place. This is to die for. Dad.
It was so
I have a funny story
weird.
about a strip club. My
Oh,
sister-
really? Let's
You
hear
went
it.
to one?
Fink's Cabaret.
No, my
Yeah.
sister was born in front of one.
Austin, are you
What?
talking about Fink's Cabaret?
No, my sister's
Oh.
So they were going down Calvin Arbor in Hartford, going to Hartford Hospital, and she came out in the car,
That's Fink's Cabaret.
Wow, great story, bro.
and she literally was now, and she was behind my cousin's grandfather too. It was like just fucking weird. It's just funny as shit.
I love when you
So you said that this menu, this menu, it really says those things on the menu, Max?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can I read some of my favorites? I've been scrolling through.
Sure. Please.
Okay, so one of
This
the
is, by the
desserts
way-
is just called straight up man flowers. That's it. Like, that's.
What
They
are
have
man
the
flowers?
tongue bath
What are
truffle.
man flowers?
That's another option. I don't know, but the tongue bath truffle is another one.
That's a house favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them is the Between My Red Velvet Sheets cheesecake.
I'm taking my grandma
Oh.
here.
One of them's just called double stuffed, so do with that what you will.
W. W to this
Yeah.
menu. W.
Yeah.
W.
And I was there with my father.
It's like, hey, Grandma. Hey, Mima.
Let me just
And
tell
there's
you,
a drink called the Climax.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Did you have that?
No, I just had him bring me shots and keep them coming.
Like,
You're like, if I'm here, I need to be drunk.
I need to be as drunk as
Just keep sending them
possible.
over.
Hopefully,
It was,
if I
and the
put
thing
like,
is, though, like,
Keep them
Like-
coming. Just keep them coming.
if you're on a date or something like that and you're like trying to spice things up in your relationship, like it's a cute place to go, but when you're with your family, I would skip it.
what do you mean, Auntie? You didn't like this?
I
You
mean,
like
and
the
the food
Climax?
is
Sorry,
good.
Nikki.
Like, they're good, but
Good for you, Nikki. For taking your father there and for letting me know that this is available.
It's a good place for Father's Day. Perfect timing.
Hey, it's right around the corner, guys. Right around the
Bring
corner.
your dad, bring your daddy.
Bring
It's fine.
your
Your dad or
all
daddy.
daddies welcome. Daddy season. Hashtag daddy season. Let's go. I like it. I like it. So, guys, we've been running for almost, I would say, about an hour and 35 minutes. Mags, by the way, remember when you were like, oh, that's it? 3 topics? You see what happens?
Yeah, no, you're
See what happens?
sorry.
Yes.
I'll
Yeah.
shut up
No,
with
no.
my stories next time.
No, it's not your stopping. It's like every time we say we're going to keep it short, we end up rambling on, all of us, for at least a couple hours. So we're going to wrap it up, and we're going to go around our virtual room, and we're going to say where people can find you guys online. If you guys want to go ahead and share your handles, you can. You can find me at Ariola Bry on Twitter. That's my Twitter handle. And you can find me at MuffinTop007 on Instagram. That's what I said, MuffinTop007 on Instagram. Don't ask me what it means. I just like it. MuffinTop007 on Instagram.
We know what it means.
Yeah, you do. Austin, you look like you passed out.
I was just looking at my phone.
Okay. Where can people find you online, Austin?
You can find me at Austin_Whittle, and that's WHITTEL, and then just how I normally spell Austin on both Twitter and Instagram.
And also, you can find him somewhere telling some people a story to make them fall asleep. Jake, where can people find you online, my friend?
Well, damn.
Jake, you're muted.
I'm sorry. At JKSnake20, both Twitter and Instagram, lurking around, destroying all Bruins doubters and Patriot haters.
Sarah, where can people find you online?
SarmarXO on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay. Nikki, where can people find you online?
So on Twitter, I am Nikki Namaste B, and on Instagram, I am Namaste_BBY.
All right, dynamite. And thank you, Max, for joining the podcast for the first time.
Thank
You
you.
did absolutely
very
great.
much.
You did. You definitely brought a lot of interesting topics to the table.
Thank you. Sorry. Yeah.
So that was good. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I'll drop my handles. So for Instagram, it's Maggie.Ashley. Please, I'm struggling to pay my bills. Follow me on Instagram. And on Twitter, it's Maggie Ashley, but Maggie has 2 E's and Ashley has 2 Y's.
There we go. Thanks, guys, everybody, for joining. Don't forget, if you guys want to send your mailbag questions, you can at Game of Pwns 24/7 at GameofPwns, PWNS, at gmail.com. And we will be responding to some of this stuff. If you guys want to send individual questions, I can't even talk anymore. Individual questions, you can.
For drinking.
Yeah, I know. I mean, what beer? I'm such a lightweight.
It's Monday.
It is Monday. Monday is this is the only way to start a week. Okay.
Monday, fun day.
So, and also we didn't get our shy slander. Is it shy or chai?
It's shy.
Shy, because her name is Cheyenne.
You know what? It doesn't matter at this point because she's a loser who won't pod with us.
Oh man. I
Oh,
love you, Queen Shy.
Shy.
We love you, Queen Shy.
No, we don't.
So-
Get on the podcast.
So thanks, guys, for everybody for listening to Game of Pwns. Uninterrupted. We are out.